taking over the world. 7 cities at a time. It's the takeover. Hey yo, what up? It's your boy Him Music.
It's your boy DJ Wise. Be sure to tune in to 7 City Legacy Radio.
Each and every Wednesday night from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come and join the takeover on hiphophighlights.com. Let's go. We got my man Jon Dubb in the building. What's up with you, brother?
What's good, homie? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man. This is how we do, man. Each and every Wednesday night, man.
No doubt,
Definitely appreciate having you in the building tonight.
Appreciate you having me here.
Oh, no doubt, man. And first and foremost, I gotta say I'm rocking with the hat you rocking. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
To the people just listening and not understanding what's going on his head right now, my man is a Giants fan. I know it's rough out there.
It's rough.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your comments to yourself. But hey, we representing it here, man. So
No doubt.
that's the first thing, you know what I mean, that clip when I saw you, man. So salute to that.
That's all love.
All right, man. So where you representing, man?
Well, I'm out of Jersey, man. I'm from a small town called Lodi up north, man. Right outside, actually, Giant Stadium. About 10 minutes. But I've been down here in VA, Virginia Beach, for the last 6-7 years. So, you know, I got to hold it down for both.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. And you've been grinding, man. Like,
No doubt, yeah.
straight up. I heard your name maybe about, I want to say 4 years ago.
Oh, word.
Yeah. And that was actually, I believe, on the other side of the water, Hampton.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, let us know who Jon Dubb is.
Man, I'm a worker, man.
Okay.
You know, that's what it's all about. You got a lot of MCs out here that claim independent, but nowadays you don't even know who's independent, who's actually locked up by a label, but they're on the low to make it look like they're independent because they know that's what the people feed off of.
Yeah.
And I've been doing my grind. Nobody's put any money into what I'm doing. That's all money that I work for. I started my own label, Versatile Records LLC. That's an official label, official business in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just grinding and I'm trying to hold it down for the people that have a dream. Because that's all this is about.
Hey, for sure. Yeah. So what brought you from the Jersey area out here to VA? You know, to be a part of this legacy that we do call the 7 Cities, man.
Yeah.
I want to know what exactly you picked up, what you brought from your New Jersey area, what you're picking up from being in the 7 Cities now. But like, you know, explain that.
Yo, man, I'm an old head. You know what I'm saying? I'm 31 years old.
Okay.
So growing up in Jersey,
you're still young, man.
Yeah, no doubt. But you know, in this business and trying to be an MC, especially now, you got all these young cats coming up. But I was doing that normal shit that you do when you was that age. I needed to make my money and I needed to grind any way I could to support my family because I didn't have a father.
Right.
You know, so I had to do what I had to do, and that led me to a lot of troubling times. And it got me to the point when I was 24 where I ended up getting kicked out the house, and it wasn't like I got kicked out my mom's house. It was like me and my mom's got evicted and we was homeless type shit. And I had to make a decision right there, and I said, you know what, I ain't got nothing going for me. 24 years, I didn't do nothing, so I'm joining the military. So you know, I took my ass down, you know, went to boot camp and I did all that shit, you know. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I'm blessed to be able to have that on my side because, you know, as much as I would love to say music pays the bills, music doesn't pay the bills. Hey, you know, trust me, I've dropped thousands upon tens of thousands into this shit, and it's very, very little back.
So is that the military would brought you here to Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's in your adult years?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So you basically spent your childhood, your teenage years up north?
Yep.
Okay, wow.
Until I was 24, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so were you doing the music before you got here?
I was always doing music. I mean, music started at the age of like 15 for me. I mean, that's when it really popped off, and you know, I don't even remember what year that was, but that was your golden era of hip hop. That was you know, with your Cool G raps and your Wu Tang and your Nas and Jay-Z, and all we used to do is, you know, we used to go to school, and then we get out of school, we get some weed, and we, you know, go down the corner and we smoke, and we have our yellow Sony boombox, and we just throw a tape in there. Right. We would just spit, but it didn't get serious. It didn't get serious for me until about 2010 when I was out here, and I really started doing it, and I had a lot of people like, why aren't you pursuing something? Why aren't you getting this down? Because I used to just freestyle off the top,
Right.
and they were like, you need to write some stuff, and you could actually, you know, some people put me on to some cheap ways to where I could press up albums, and you know, that's when I was going through like Kunaki, where you ain't paying like $1 a CD or something.
Right,
but from there, I realized, you know, I do got something good going here.
Okay,
And I was
so
like,
that's what's up, man.
Let's try it.
So the military brought you. What branch of the military?
Navy.
Navy.
Yep.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah. So DJ Wise, you know a little bit about the Navy history, man. I personally couldn't do it, man. It was never. It was not. It's just something that wasn't in my thought process.
It's rough, man, because you gotta swallow a lot of pride. It's very humbling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because especially somebody going in at my age, at that time, 24. You know, you got people that they might put in charge of you, and they're like 18, 19 years old.
Right.
And you like, man, this dude ain't never had a real job in his life. And he's gonna be talking like that down to me, but because he's in charge, I gotta listen to him. So it's crazy. It's something that you just have to deal with inside.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a mental thing. It's definitely a mental thing.
For sure,
You know, all
for
that
sure.
shit, that training they say you do, that physical shit, that ain't really shit. You gotta train mentally.
So you were saying,
right.
2010. That's when you started taking the music seriously,
Yep.
taking another level.
Yep.
You're out here in Virginia at this point.
Yep.
What are your thoughts at this time, 2010? What were your thoughts about being in Virginia?
I loved it out here, man.
You
I
loved
mean,
it,
because
okay.
where I grew up in Jersey, like I was telling you earlier before the show started, it's up towards New York. So there was no beaches. If I wanted to go down the shore, we call it down the shore. We'll go down to Seaside. I had to drive 2 hours to get down to Seaside. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in Virginia Beach now. I'm all at that point in time, 2010. I had a condo, like 8 blocks walking distance from the beach.
Right.
I was chilling. You know, a lot of people that
So,
don't like it in Virginia, that aren't from Virginia, don't like it down here.
Right.
I like it.
Exactly. I
like
feel
it.
I feel you. So was it beyond your expectations? Like
It was
before
just a different lifestyle.
What did you think about the actual music scene that was going on out here?
I thought it was pretty dope.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's also different because you have it's same thing with the way people living out here. Jersey's more of a fast pace. You got a lot of rude people, and it's kind of more cutthroat. And then down here, everybody's chill. Everybody's just laid back. You know, and I feel like that's the same way with the music scene in a way.
Each and every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So no matter where you at, make sure you tune in, rock with us, man. It's a movement. This is what we do, and we need y'all help. Y'all can follow our blog at 7citylegacyva.blogspot.com, and also follow the Twitter, 7 City Legacy. Yeah, Twitter. I gotta say it the correct way, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we in here. Jon Dubb, man, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
DJ Wise was on the mix, man. Yo, we gotta get Wise a microphone. That's one thing that we working on, man. Cause Wise, he has a lot of wise things to say, but once we get the microphone situated, y'all gonna hear more from Wise. Yeah, you'll hear more from Wise. You gotta kind of scope out the scenery right now, you know what I'm saying? But hey, Jon Dubb, how you feeling, man?
Good, man. I'm good. You already know.
Let's talk more about this music, man.
Yeah.
So you said 2010. That's when you decided to really go hard body with it.
Yeah.
Okay, 2010. So we're in 2014. So how many projects have you produced in that time span?
Yeah, I put out this is my 4th album.
4 or 5.
Yeah,
So you went straight albums, like no mixtapes, nothing, just.
Yeah, no mixtapes.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? Just.
Now I'm thinking about one, so I don't.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey.
Now, back in 2010, mixtapes were hot, man.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was dropping albums, but now it's like, you know, that Piff blew up, and you know, everybody, you know, I mean, we talking even your major cats are dropping mixtapes.
Yeah,
so
mixtapes.
You gotta
man.
keep up.
The streets need that, man.
Yeah.
They need the mixtapes, man. That's one thing. As far as me growing up, you know, I'm 28. I'm slightly under you,
Right.
but you know, the mixtapes was a big thing, man.
Yep.
Big thing. I lived right there by FX. It was a flea market right over there off Virginia Beach Boulevard. I mean, we had the rosters coming from the New York, getting off the New York bus, man, coming with. That's how I found out about G Unit and stuff like that, man. The D Block days,
Right, yeah.
you know, mixtapes, man, mixtapes. So definitely, I encourage you don't sleep on the mixtape
No,
day.
no
But
doubt.
I respect that you just went out the gate, man, just dropping albums. But speaking of albums, man, you got a nice cloud of features too, man. People that's, you know, I noticed that. I'm like, yo, this cat, he's really putting in work, man, with people that's really doing their thing. Some signed artists too, right?
Yeah.
A couple signed artists?
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean, what's a couple of those names, man, that you heard?
The last album that I dropped, Liquid Music, I had some legends, man. Like I went the legend route. I went with people that you know were inspirational to me. Number one being Cannabis. I mean that me growing up, that was my favorite artist of all time. Because when I first heard him, I was like, man, there's nobody that can fuck with this dude in the game.
Right,
and even nowadays, man, he's a lyrical.
How'd you feel about
beast.
the whole Notebook scandal then?
I talked to him about that because when I linked up with the collab, man, like it was crazy because this dude came to my house. Like he came to my house and he recorded in my studio and we shot the music video for it and then, you know, and we performed the show the next day and we talked about the whole thing and it was just wild, man. You know, I feel bad for him because, you know, he's human. You know, shit happens.
You know, that's what's up, man.
Shit happens.
Hey, I respect that, man, because like Cannabis was he's a part of a monumental moment in my life, yo. My first concert ever going to, I was 11 years old, man. I know this ain't about me right now, but I gotta share this story.
Yeah,
Speaking of Cannabis, yo, I was 11 years old, went to the Smoke and Groove tour.
Okay.
I went with my parents, my aunt, and cousins. I was there with my parents. You know, I mean, they blowing it down. I'm 11 years old. This is my first concert ever going to in my life. I'm talking, Cannabis came out with a lion. Sitting down next to a lion, bro.
Yeah.
Like straight up. You don't see that stuff no more.
Crazy,
you don't see it, man. I mean, it was Cannabis, The Roots, Erykah Badu, Cypress Hill, George Clinton, goddamn Public Enemy. I mean, it was crazy, man. But I mean, straight up, yo, like that was my first concert, man.
That's amazing.
So, like I said, Cannabis was a part of that joint.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he'll always get that respect in my book, man. So, like, who else you work with outside of Cannabis?
I worked with the homie Cool G Rap. And I mean, shit.
That's another legendary.
He's still
legendary pioneer, man.
That dude still can spit hard, just like anybody coming up in the game. It's amazing to listen to this dude growing up and then to work with him and just to get the opportunity to work with him. Because I talked to G on the phone before the project kicked off. And it was a blessing, man. Like I realized that I was like, man, I'm fucking with a godfather of this game. Like this dude put on like he started a whole new style of hip hop.
Honestly, I feel like his name isn't mentioned enough when it comes to
it's not. It really isn't.
Greats,
but you talk. This was saying you talk to the right people, the right people that are fans of hip hop, and he's gonna be in anybody's top 10. That's guaranteed.
For sure.
That's guaranteed.
Might even make it in that top 5.
Yeah, no doubt. He
Like,
started
seriously.
to me. He's one of the first that started that lyrical syllable type hip hop. I mean, he brought something new to the game that wasn't there when it came out. Like he's the type of dude that inspired Nas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He inspired. I remember Eminem said that Cool G Rap was a huge inspiration, and you know when Cool G Rap inspired the offspring of some of our favorite artists growing up. So it's amazing.
So who was your favorite artist to work with? Because like I said, you got a nice list of them, man. You know, I mean, from the legends even to some of these new school cats.
Yeah.
I mean, once we go into your album, man, we'll talk about the whole what you got going on now. But man, like, who was your favorite?
I mean, it's got to be Cannabis.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that, like I said, growing up, there was nobody in my mind that could fuck with Cannabis on a lyrical level.
Yeah.
You know, like when that whole shit happened with LL Cool J, I was like, yeah, I give LL Cool J props, but you can't fuck with Cannabis. You can't do it. And Cannabis got fucked up, I believe, with that whole first album and the way it came out, and you had Wyclef doing it, and it all went to shit. But if you listen to like 2000 BC, his second album, it's ridiculous. Like there's nobody, and that joint he had with Rakim on there is phenomenal. Like the things he thinks of is absolutely
we
crazy.
was just vibing out to him the other day, man. Just that legendary cipher Did you see that joint with him? Big
him, Pun, and DMX.
Mike Geronimo, yeah, man. Like that's, you know what? Cannabis has been a part of a necessary movement. You know what I'm saying?
To me, he's one of the greatest of all time. You know, you have MCs that are put in specific categories. You know, you got MCs that are put in specific categories. You got lyrical cats like Cannabis. You got other people that are just smooth like Nas that just have that type of flow. And so it's hard to compare people. But lyrically, I don't think anybody's ever fucked with Cannabis.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
It's a beast.
That's what's up.
But the process was crazy. I think that was my favorite part. To have this dude that I idolized growing up in my house. You know what I'm saying? Spitting on my mic.
Right.
You know, just chatting with me. He's telling me all these stories, like shit, like, you know, crazy stories. Oh yeah, when I was chilling with Pun and I'm just like fucking. I'm trying not to be starstruck because I'm trying to be professional about it, but at the same time, I'm kind of fucking starstruck. Like,
so
I got a
was
legend
that,
in my house.
Was this were you working with him on your first album? Second
This
album?
was the third album, which was Liquid Music, the last one that dropped, and it was just crazy. It was crazy. The whole experience, because we shot the music video for it. That shit blew up on YouTube, and it's just.
So what made you go the route, man? Like I'm looking at you as a, you know, in the 7 city market versus a lot of other artists that's in the market. One thing I did notice, like I said, you collaborating with people who, you know, who got a nice track record in the industry, man, or just doing their thing independently, just really making some noise or made some noise. What made you go that route rather than just doing it with people around the way that you know what I'm saying, doing your own thing, or people that you network with?
Well, I mean, you know, don't get it twisted. I'll still fuck with there's a lot of cats out here that I got respect for, that grind like I grind. You know, and that's love all day. And I do have a lot of cats on my album, on my you know, past projects that, you know, was working with a lot of 7 city cats. And so that's all love, but I started thinking outside the box, like, you know, what can I, you know, marketing wise, what can I do? Because you have, you know, we're in the age of MySpace rappers where everybody, because there's an internet, believes that they can just jump on a mic, you know, even though a lot of them shouldn't, but that's, you know, there. But so I try to figure out what can I do that's going to separate me from the rest of the people. So I said, all right, well, you know, what happens if I start working with these bigger cats? And everybody thinks it's really hard to do. All you gotta do is fucking get an email.
right.
And shoot them an email and find out what happens. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats, I'll be straight up. A lot of these cats, they gonna want money.
Yeah,
they gonna want money.
Right.
But that's just a part of the game. And then you try to build a marketing plan around them. You try to kind of attack their fan base,
right?
You know, and you try to feed off that, and then once people start, you know, you get that name out there, like, yo, I got a track with Kool G Rap, so then they're gonna be like, yo, well, I love Kool G Rap, let me check him out, and then they're gonna be like, wow, this dude's pretty dope too, so let me start fucking with his music, and then hopefully it's a big snowball effect, and it works in your favor. Right, but it's a slow fucking process.
Yeah, but
very slow.
Like taking that route, you definitely gotta. It can't be scared money.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
she ain't gonna make
that was the main thing that stuck out. What you said, man, is like
you got
dealing with these cats. It's payola some way, you know. Just and a good relationship can build out of that.
Yes,
but
of course.
You already know, man. Money talks.
Until you get to a certain level. That's how it kind of has to be. You kind of have to work your way up and gain that respect from these guys. You know, once you get to a certain level, I'm sure that's not how it works no more. I'm sure it's more of a mutual respect thing. But like you said, I mean, if you're just gonna sit here and you're not gonna invest in yourself, like this is your business. You are a business. You need to invest money in yourself. If you ain't gonna invest no money, how you expect to make any money? Or anybody take you serious if you're not taking yourself serious?
For sure, man. Hey, Waj, you ready to mix up a little more?
Yeah, we get into a couple shots off the album right quick.
Yeah, let's go to the album, man, because hey, we could chop it up forever, man. Like I'm learning as I'm speaking to him, man. But definitely, man, we got Jon Dubb in the building. I want to talk about this album though that you got, you know, right here. First of all, it's called the Leilana
May project.
I want to make sure I'm, you know, got this right. The Leilana May project.
Yes.
Okay. Who is Leilana May?
Oh, that's my baby girl.
That's your baby. Because it's your baby girl on the cover.
Yeah.
You see that?
That's my heart and soul right there.
All right, I remember you actually brought her out.
Oh yeah,
You performed
yeah.
at the Stupid Dumpalooza at Sideline.
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
brought her out.
That was dope. That was dope because that was actually the first show since she's been born. Because she, her birthday's next week, so she about to turn 1. So
Wasn't that your birthday? Somebody's birthday, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember whose birthday that was, but that was the first time that she was able to come to one of my shows. Because it was like an all day type of event.
Right.
Joint. So, and I had like an early slot. So it was the first time she was able to come. So it was memorable. Yeah.
Is your only kid?
Yeah, only one. Man.
So what inspired you to name the project after your daughter?
I mean, she did. I mean, things change when you have kids. You look at what you're doing in a completely different light, and I realized that if I want to continue doing what I'm doing, if I want to continue to chase this dream, I got to realize what I can and can't, do, and that if failure is not an option anymore.
Yeah.
Before it was just me and my girl.
Mm-hmm.
So it's now I got to worry about if I fail. Now I'm letting my kid down, and I can't let that happen. And she is my inspiration now. Before I did it more for me. Now I do it for her.
All right, I feel you on that, man. Definitely need more men like that in the world, especially
No doubt.
with the gift to spread the message through the music and stuff like that, man. We gotta definitely be leaders through the gift we do have. You know what I'm saying? And show
respect that, man.
how to handle the responsibilities.
Mine wasn't there for me, so he indirectly taught me how to be a man and taught me how I don't want to be.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Definitely keep up the good
Let's
work.
do that. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the Leilana May project. Pretty adorable little girl here. All right, and I'm looking at the track list, and I'm noticing some names, man.
Yeah.
So you work with Nick Hubble.
Yeah, that's my label's. That's my label's main producer.
Is this the same Nick
fucking-
from F9, right? Fugitive 9?
No.
That's not okay.
Different Nick.
So-
they are also dope though, man.
Okay,
Shout out
alright.
to Fugitive 9, man. They're dope as fuck.
Because I'm looking at, I'm like, Nick.
Yeah, Nick Coble came out through my label, Versatile Records, or our
Okay, I
label, I
got
should
you.
say. He's my lead engineer.
He's from the area as well?
Yeah, he's from the area, and seriously, like, y'all need to fuck with this dude's production, because he's got he's not from this area, he's not from up north either, but the shit he puts together, man, it's got that old school 90s boom bap style, just that head knocking. A lot of people fuck with trap down here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's more the style that they want to go with. But he's got this like up north, just grimy type of feel to his beats, man. And honestly, his quality is incredible, man. So shout out to Nick. I know you probably listen, man, and he definitely put together, crazy beats. You looking at the track list, he probably produced 75% of the album.
All right,
It's crazy.
so definitely gonna check more of Nick Hubble out, man.
Definitely.
For sure. And I'm noticing the names, man. A couple of features you got. Some nationally known cats. That's Jaron Benton. He was just on the Double XL.
Yeah, freshman 2000.
Freshman 2000. Oh, it was this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Jaron Benton. You got what was the other name? Dizzy Wright.
Right, yeah.
Because Wise played that earlier.
Yeah.
So tell us about those
yeah.
collaborations, man.
Oh, just another reason to be blessed, man. Honestly, a lot of cats don't know that all it takes, is an email.
Yeah.
You just got to take a shot at it. Reach out to these cats and see if they want to work with you, and you can't be scared, man. You can't be scared. You just reach out and and I fuck with Funk Volume heavy, man. I like what they're doing. I like the independent style and approach on how they're taking music, and they're really showing you that you can do this shit independent, that you don't need a major label backing you, because they started from, it's crazy, I was watching they just threw a Halloween bash that had crazy people there, crazy in the thousands, you know what I'm saying, and like they were showing clips of when they threw a Halloween bash in 2010 and 9 people showed up. You know what I'm saying? So in 4 years, they built an empire.
Right.
You know, you know, this motivation right there. You know, they show you that's possible to do, man. So you know, shout out to Funk Volume and shout out to them for fucking with me heavy on this album. And I got DJ Hopper, who's from Funk Volume. He produced 2 tracks on the album. He did a lot of scratch work on the album too. He's a beast on the boards. You know, so shout out to him, man. That's a real good dude right there. Yeah, I'm just blessed, man.
All right, so that joint Wise was just playing. That's not on this album.
No, the one with Shane Dollar and Nas Raw. No, that's on me.
And then, you know, shout out to that was a dope song because the significant thing about that's definitely what people representing the 7 Cities region.
No doubt.
You know, who you got Shane Dollar on that joint?
Yeah, Shane Dollar.
No Talent
Nas
produced
Raw,
it.
No Talent.
Well, he doesn't go by No Talent anymore. Sounding crazy. I just got that news literally a minute ago, thanks to VIP. But yeah, he crushed that joint. So you got Knox on the joint spitting, man.
Yeah, man.
And that's a big move right there too, man.
VA legend, man.
Yeah, VA legend. I mean, just what he contributed to the industry, period, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Still going.
This dude's produced for everybody.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Definitely legendary, man.
Crazy.
So to see somebody get down to earth like that, man, and represent.
And that's another thing that's mind blowing because you wouldn't think like most of these cats that Cool G Rap and Cannabis, Capadonna, like they're regular people like me and you talking. They're regular people.
Yeah, for sure.
And most of them are just down to earth. They just want to kick it and chill, and it's crazy. It's crazy to see because you don't think it off the top of your head. You know, you don't. That's not your first thought.
Yeah, definitely.
Dope.
So back to the Leilana May project. So what's the singles that you're pushing out there, man?
The singles, you know, the first single I dropped was in May, and that was all about the music. That's one of my favorite joints off the album. DJ Hopper produced it. In my opinion, probably one of his best beats that he's produced. It's just a knocker. I feel like it's got a good message to it. You know, that basically it is. It's all about the music, man. That's why we're doing this. You know, we do it for music. The second single that I dropped was Hip Hop Shit, featuring Dizzy Wright, DJ Hopper, scratching on it. That was produced by Epistra Beats. Also, crazy song. You know, Dizzy Wright is a very dope artist, and I've watched this dude, climb ladder of success, man, and it's amazing to see where he's at right now. You know, everybody's loving Dizzy Wright. You know, so shout outs to him for fucking with me on this track. And this joint is everywhere. Like, just Google that shit. I mean, you can go to hotnewhiphop.com is where they got it posted up, or you just go to jondubb.com. See that, iTunes, all that shit.
Okay, so you doing shows, man?
I'm always doing shows, man. I'm always here and there. I think I wanted to take a little break. You know, the last one I did was at the Artistry Festival that just passed. That was a good show. More people than I thought because it looked dismal in the beginning, but it turned out people came out and they showed love, so that was dope. I wanted to take a little bit of break now that I got this album done, so I'm kind of chilling out. My next joint I got is I'm doing that little contest for Shagfest. I think it's at Sidelines if I'm not mistaken. It's December 20th.
Okay. So
I'm gonna rock there, do a little 10-minute set. I'm gonna tear that motherfucker down, and I'll be at Shagfest this year.
Okay, Shagfest. Shout out to Shag and what he's done for the area. Definitely.
Of course. That toy drive too that he do every year.
Yeah.
It's
definitely
amazing. I feel what my best music comes from is more emotional, deep, meaningful songs.
Right,
That's where I feel like I shine the most because I come across better that way. I'm still dope with lyrics when I put lyrics together, but I don't feel like that's my strongest point. Like I got a song, my favorite song on the Leilana May project is a song called Fatherless. And it's speaking of the whole situation when my father left when I was a baby, and it took me this long to write that shit, to actually do it, but it feels good to get it out, and I'm gonna do a video for it. It's gonna be crazy. I got the idea, the whole script is upstairs already, so it's crazy. It's real deep, and I feel like it's gonna, for me, it's emotional to hear because that shit happened to me. But this is the type of song that I personally feel other people are gonna be able to connect with that shit and be like, man, I went through this with my father. you know, or I went through this with my mother or something. People are gonna be able to connect with the song, and I think, you know, people are really gonna dig that one.
Okay.
And a lot of heart, man, a lot of heart in it.
Definitely. Yeah, he was just. Oh, excuse me. He was just telling us about a joint he got called Fatherless.
Produced
Definitely
by
want to
Nick
get that
Hall,
one
man.
listen to. Yeah, that sounds deep, man. Because
It is, yeah, man.
I'm a fan of the deep concepts, man, and just to hear somebody's story, man,
Yeah.
the struggle, man. You know, not everybody's out here having fun and in the best moment in their life. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you need to hear from these artists, man.
Yeah, that is real.
That is real. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't the only person going through it.
Right.
That shit that helped me growing up, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one song, for instance, was DMX Slipping.
Yeah,
You know,
that
but
was
like
it.
there's bits and pieces where I could take and I could fit that and be like, you know, damn, like this dude knew exactly what I was going through.
Mhm.
You know, he said it. I didn't have to say it. I was thinking it. But he said it. He put it to words, and that makes you feel that connection there, man. And that's, to me, that's what makes your best MCs, because you have lyrical cats that are amazing.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, when I think of the greatest MCs, I think of the ones that tell a story and that reach you through music. People like Nas that can reach you and grab hold of you. DMX still not a lyrical guy, but so powerful when he talk. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? You
definitely.
listen. You
And
listen
those
to
are
that
definitely
shit.
two favorite artists that I looked up to growing up too,
No doubt.
man. But yeah, Wise, yo, you ready to go into the music, man? I definitely want to hear this Fatherless,
Yeah,
yo.
but I'm gonna play Smile first and then play
Oh,
Father.
that's another deep one, man. I
Okay,
like
he
that
said he
too.
gonna play Smile first and then he
I
gonna
like
go
that shit
Fatherless.
too, man.
But yeah, yo, we in here with Jon Dubb.
Yeah, yeah.
About to see another side of him. DJ Wise on the mix, 7 City Legacy VA.
Let's go.
.blogspot.com. And follow us on Twitter, 7 City Legacy. And let us know what y'all think. DJ Wise. That's by my man Jon Dubb, who's
Yeah.
still in the building. Alright, but yeah, that joint was deep, man. Definitely
Yeah,
deep,
man.
though.
Took a long time to finally write it, but you know, like I
Yeah,
said in the song, glad I got it off my chest.
yeah, definitely. So how much of an impact did that have? Like,
Oh, crazy.
explain the process of putting that track together, man.
Well, I mean, you know, I put it off for so long because of the fact that I was so mad. You know, I had so much hatred towards him because the way I looked at it growing up is like, you know, you ran out on a family. I was like 2 months old, so it wasn't like, you know, this dude even gave it a second thought. You know, so that hurt me. Like, how you gonna leave me? How you gonna leave your son? You know, I'm supposed to be your family and your blood, and you're just gonna dip out. No money was ever sent. You know, nothing. You know, saw him one time, and he got drunk and picked me up and slammed me into a brick wall type shit. So like that fucked me up, and I hated him. I wanted to fight him every time. If I could try to find him, I wanted to fight him. But then, you know, when I had my daughter recently, and I realized, like, you know, him leaving was the best possible scenario that could have played out for the family, because he just never was right in his life. You know, he can never get it right, and he would have just brought us down with him. And you know, I'm thankful now. I hated him before for leaving, but now I'm thankful that he did.
So is there room for forgiveness? Like,
Oh
if he
yeah, I
came back to
mean,
you?
well, I mean, forgiveness is one thing, but forgetting is something different. I mean, I forgive him now because of the fact that I realized, like, yo, like, you know, you've indirectly taught me how to be a father, because all I have to do is do the exact opposite of what you did.
Right.
You know, and then I know I'm going to be a good father, and I felt the hurt when he left. So I know what I don't want my daughter to feel, ever. You know, I couldn't imagine leaving her, you know. So forgiveness is one thing. He's forgiven, you know, because, you know, you got to really care to hate somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
So does he know you make music and everything? Or
Probably not. Probably
even
not.
that serious? Oh, okay.
Like I said, I met him twice. Where he is, last time I think I heard, he's down in Florida.
I know you're an independent artist with your own label.
Yep.
So what is your feelings as far as like if a major did give you interest? Would Jon Dubb take that deal or negotiate that deal, or are you just straight independent and that's just what it's going to be?
It's such a touchy situation, because I would love to be like, yeah, fuck that, I'm gonna stay independent because that's where it's at. You know, the downfall of being independent is you don't have major money backing you. So if me, you know, my whole goal for music is to get it out to the people. You know, I want to be that guy that touches that kid, that listens to my shit and he's like, yo, this is the real shit I ever heard. Like, this shit just helped me. I had one girl hit me up one time, never met her before in my life, told me one of her songs helped her get through depression. She was suicidal, and that shit helped her.
One of your songs?
Yeah, one of my songs. She reached out to me, said, I'm such a fan of yours. One of your songs, I was depressed like last summer. One of your songs helped me get through that. And I almost killed myself, but I would listen to your music. And that shit, you know, that shit is fucking real.
Yeah,
you know, that's why I make music. I want, of course, you're always gonna have your selfish needs. Like, yes, I want to be able to provide for my family. I want that money.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I want to have the nicer things in life. But my main goal is to reach out to these people, and it's hard to do that on a fucking independent budget.
Right.
You know, when you ain't, you know, unless you're somebody like Funk Volume who has done it so much, and they now have millions of fans. Because now you can do a tour, and you can make hundreds of thousands off that tour, and put that back into promoting yourself. Right now, I got a small budget, so it's hard to say. If somebody came at me correct, and I had all you know, artistic rights to my own music, and I can write my own shit, and they were like, hey, you gotta dress like Riff Raff, look like a fool, or you have to do something, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do something that makes you.
Rugrats logo tatted.
Yeah. Well, you gotta do something stupid. You gotta do something stupid to stand out, because that's not me. I'm more of a laid back kind of dude, and I just want to make. I want to make music. I want to make music that's gonna be inspirational to people. I want to make dope lyrical music, you know, full of lyrical content, like real shit. That's what I want to do. If I'm allowed to do that, and they're still gonna give me that major backing, then I might be able to fuck with them. But you already know, I mean, anybody that knows me is that all that money that's coming my way is getting filtered right back into my label. So I might be signed to another label, and I might not be able to release anything myself under my label, but I'll still be pumping money in the Versatile Records, because, you know, that's my overall goal, is to be independent and do this myself, you know.
Excuse me, bro. So, like, so what? I got one more question, and then we're gonna, you know, get some closing words from you.
Right.
I know one thing that's popular right now. I mean, it's not nothing new under the sun, but you know, you got these artists who start their labels in their music groups, and it's basically a collective of artists that's doing their thing, and then they bring them all together under their imprint. Is that a situation that you're looking towards doing, or is it really just a label and you want to sign other artists under your imprint?
Well, I mean, I would love to eventually be at a level to where I can sign artists and offer them, you know, decent sign-on bonus.
Would you do a collective group?
I would probably go more for the unknown. I would go more for the kids that are out there that are like, you know, just dope. Like, you saw, I'm not sure if you're familiar with R.A. the Rugged Man.
No, not
He just recently did a contest. You know, like ATOP, Vinny Paz. Right. He messes a lot with Vinny Paz.
Okay.
And he just did this contest. R.A. the Rugged Man, what hip hop means to me, or something like that contest. And the winner of this contest is like some 18-year-old kid, and just a normal looking kid, but he's so fucking phenomenal. Like lyrically, just and that's what I would want, you know. I would want to go and search out these kids that, you know, that might not have grown up in our generation,
right,
but they have our generation in there.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's coming back around, man.
It will. Yes. No, it will. All this bullshit that's on the radio is gonna die out.
Yeah, definitely. My 8-year-old son, man, his favorite song is Kendrick Lamar, Rick and Morty's. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that that's heavy. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, you got the Nays and what's that joint? That's Nene, right? Yeah. When it's just so much craziness that's coming out, but for my 8-year-old son to like,
that's amazing. You're blessed, man.
Exactly, man. I see stars behind that. I'm like, you know what? This is what's gonna happen. The generation that kind of got the industry on lock now, with the Rich Homie Quans and the Young Thugs and the way they be dressing and all that, and you know what I'm saying? It's, I mean, how you feel about that, man?
My take, honestly, on that is I feel like the major labels have the wrong people running the show. It's not like it used to be.
What do you mean by wrong people?
They have people that it's more business mentality than music mentality.
Right.
It's not about what's dope no more.
So is there an agenda like with the whole dresses and the?
I think it's all business oriented now. It's all about, hey, I can grab this guy and use him as a puppet, and he's gonna do what we want. He's gonna act a fool. He's gonna bring attention. He's gonna dress the way we want him to dress, all crazy like, and we can use this guy. It's not about originality no more. It's not about the music anymore. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's not about the music because I listen to the shit that's on the radio. These dudes, even though I got respect for Juicy J when he was with 3-6, it's like the dude is garbage. He's not a good enough, but he's somehow what's hot. And I guess when you force feed people enough bullshit, that bullshit's gonna start to taste good. Come to www.jondubb.com. The Leilana May project is dropping 11/11/14. Please show us some love. I show love back.